Hi everyone. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him. I am a GM this game of Two Summers, set in our Silent Falls continuity. Let's get a quick intro from our players and their characters. Uh, Mendel missed last week, so we're gonna leave him go last. But otherwise, let's go in character keeper order.
Oh, hey, that's me. I usually avoid this. Hi, I'm Kay. I'm Kay, and I use the she and they pronouns. I am playing Jeremiah Briarwood Barnes, he, him, our community's athlete. He is a baseball star, and last week we saw him as an adult running into two of his old friends from teenagehood now that he's come back kind of to Silent Fall, at least for a second. I don't know, he's kind of looking at some homes. He went on a home tour and stuff with Jenny Montanaro, but had an absolute fist to face talking to his ex, Terry Delling, and complimenting the man's ass in the most spectacular way, and also running. 21 p.m. Thank you. Watch. Uh, Running into Kira and causing some awkward tension with her and her husband, who are having some stuff, and getting himself invited to a dinner that also apparently happens that Terry's going to be at because Terry's in town. Yay! As a teen, he found some spooky shit in the Montanero's basement, then played a winning game of semifinal baseball that the Pact thought something might be going on and weird and happenings. Oh, and there was a really sweet like date. We had a really cute, like awkward, like we Terry and Jeremiah were just like hanging out and there were kisses and it was cute.
Hi, I'm Mads. They, them pronouns, and I'm playing Terry Delling, and I think Jeremiah covered up pretty much it, but from my side of things, basically, Terry is back in town as an adult, um, being the guy who's handling the homecoming tour for his favorite band as a teenager, Single Side, who played at the Dripping Dagger, the dive bar in town, but, they're kind of big, kind of a big deal at this point. But yeah, homecoming tour. It's kind of cool, and yeah, and saw old friends. Concerned about Kira, who seems to be uh, replacing swears with weird gobbledygook words, and he's really concerned because he's like got the responsible older brother vibe still from from uh, from his you know olden days, and yeah, has been invited to dinner, um, and yeah, just seeing Zex has been kind of stressful and just kind of uncomfortable because I think there's still some tension over what broke them up in the first place, which we'll play to find out. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Kira Holwell, who uses she and her pronouns. Um, Last week, mainly I remember the adult storyline. Um, a lot of very uncomfortable encounters between uh, all three of the adults that were here last week. And right now, I think the biggest thing on Kira's mind is having all of her old friends over for dinner, and I think she knows what she plans to cook. Um, so that's what we got.
Hi, I'm Mendel. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Remy, who uses he, him pronouns as well. And uh, Mendel, was sick last week, so Remy was less on screen, I assume. So, but I'm back at least for a little while.
Okay. Um, Yeah, so let's dive right back into the action in our teenage years with a mushroom expedition. Mark, why don't you like paint a scene for us? What does this? Where do you want to pick up? Do you want to pick up like um, describing what's going to go on with your friends as you tromp into the hills, or do you want to just cut straight to the campfire clearing?
I That feels to me like we want to cut right to the action, and I don't know who has a car and who doesn't, but I'm assuming. Oh, wait. Didn't Kay, didn't they buy Jeremiah a car or something? I can't remember.
Not that I'm aware of. I think he has
Uh,
a bike.
okay. Somebody's coolish car, is in the background of the shot as we see the folks um, sitting around. I'm sorry, the kids sitting around in the woods. Um, and Kira has brought like that old school kind of picnic basket um, into which she has thrown like some small bags of chips and uh some beer cans that she somehow procured, um beef jerky, and anything else that kind of goes along that way. Um and so I think that we're all sitting around, and I don't know who will drink a beer with me out of any of these folks.
Jeremiah might drink a beer with you. If it's like a beer, Jeremiah will drink a beer. If you tell him there's shrooms, that's not happening. They drug test him. Uh, but if
Terry
you're
will
like,
give you a disapproving look from the corner of
yeah,
the blanket.
if just a beer, come on, Terry. Listen, theoretically, according to at least half of my genetics, one day I'm gonna love these a lot. And he just takes a big sip.
So if Kira assures Remy that, he won't get in trouble, or they won't get in trouble if it's just one beer, uh,
You're in the woods.
then he could probably be persuaded. Hmm.
I mean, do you think Kira has managed to blag more than like a four pack? You know,
Just like a six. So
okay,
it's not,
okay,
yeah, but that's not the
Right.
main event as far as Kira's concerned.
Mhm.
She's just trying to
okay.
get people to loosen up a little bit. Jeremiah.
It's the
So,
Trojan horse that will allow the mushrooms, right?
so wait, so Jeremiah is having a beer.
Yeah, and I think he'll so yeah, he's having a beer and he's gonna sort of like hold it out to like Terry and like raise his eyebrows and be like, come on, just sip. You gotta try it, man.
Fine. And then like he takes like like the beer, and then like we'll like take a quick swig, and then like, oh God, what the hell? Ugh.
Just a dopey smile and
Ugh.
just yeah.
You you like this? Ugh.
No, but again, theoretically, in time, I will come to love it.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
It's kind of
Okay.
like I don't know, it feels like it's like a thing, to do, and it's kind of fun to do something, I can't do.
I'm sorry. I mean, I guess. I mean, because he's just thinking about like, he's just thinking about his aunt's lemonade or something like that, like, or like iced tea, something a lot more refreshing than that. So, and I think
I
he kind of mutters something like that. He just says like, "Oh man, something iced tea or lemonade would be a lot better right now." Ugh.
uh yeah, we don't have any of those things. So, Jeremiah, was your dad like a big athlete in his day?
I have no idea. I don't think the man has spoken more than like 10 sentences to me.
Yeah.
Well, then again, I don't think he says many like coherent sentences, to be fair, is my guesstimate.
It's true. I just wondered, since you were thinking that you're like genetically predisposed to following his,
Oh, the booze, yeah.
yeah, steps. But yeah, so I mean, Terry, gotta let stuff go. This is a moment for us just to relax and kind of loosen up here away from all the distractions of the everyday,
I can
bullshit.
I can relax. I mean, it's fine, but I just don't like the taste. I'm allowed.
Okay, that's cool. I understand you don't like the taste, and that's why I have another option for all of us. And she goes into the bottom of the picnic basket and pulls out this little package of mushrooms that she found in the library room. The ritual mushrooms that we're now going to consume, maybe, if I could convince people. And she pulls out the mushrooms, and she doesn't want to like trick anybody into eating the mushrooms. She wants people to consent to eating them. But she wants them to eat them. So she's gonna put on a lot of pressure. Um, but she says, these are the kind of mushrooms that really like help relax you and can help you kind of like, get out of your own head a little bit, which I think too many of us really are all the time. I know I'm always thinking about putting together my opening speech for debate finals. That's always on my mind. Jeremiah, I know you're always concerned about whether you're going to do well at the baseball trial. Are you being accused of something?
No, it's not like a trial. It's like they've been watching me, and so like the final game is kind of like a test run, trial test kind of thing, where they'll
Yeah.
evaluate yeah
Cool.
stuff.
Cool, cool, cool. And I mean, Remy, we know how much time Remy spends in books, right? But, and then she eats one and she says, but these will really help you kind of like get into a more relaxed mode.
That's a drug, right?
No, it's a mushroom. A mushroom is like perfectly naturally occurring.
Yeah, but
But
if
is it going
it
to show up
shows
on
up
a
on a
piss test?
yeah,
Uh, I don't, so she doesn't know. No, it won't show up on that. I mean, no. They shouldn't be testing you guys anyway. I mean, you're in flippin' high school.
Well, they test like in junior and senior year because you're looking to go, college or pro. And
What they're checking for is like performance enhancing drugs,
no, because I know
like
some kid got popped for
steroids.
having weed. He had weed.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody
weed is
tests.
naturally occurring, Kira. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
plant. This
yeah,
is
it
a
is.
plant.
Yes, exactly. But
Technically, I don't think
weed
it's a
is
plant.
is not a
It's a fungus.
drug.
Okay, a fungus. Whatever. I mean,
He just gives him a smile.
Now who's been studying, she says, to Jeremiah.
I don't know. It's just, things you pick up.
She pretends to push her glasses up. Technically, it's not a plant.
I think he like gently shoves her, but maybe also a little too hard without realizing it. Like pushes on your
She
shoulder.
falls down and just, oh,
Oh shit. Sorry,
oh my
Kira.
God, I think you hurt my shoulder. You
Oh
really,
God.
I feel like you owe me something. You know, you owe it to your friends. Nobody's gonna find any of this on your Remy. Just Remy, come on, man. I can't
um,
be the only person who's taken one, and that's what you guys have left me with. You are making a decision to abandon me here.
Oh,
Oh,
roll cold.
no. Come on.
Ooh, that looks like that
Guilt?
genuinely stung.
Guilt, really? No.
Yeah. I don't want to go on this trip alone. She fake cries.
I mean, we did have a piss test like 2 days ago, so it's probably like sometime in like
You want to take that kind of chance? I mean, like,
no, not really, but I feel really bad.
Listen,
Oh,
I
shit.
will buy you I'll buy you a clean test from the back of Rolling Stone. And
What?
um
What?
yeah, it's like it masks like narcotics and stuff. Not that this is a narcotic,
Oh my god.
but I'll buy one
What?
for you.
Sorry, I'm
We're
reading the chat out of character. Holy shit, what?
Dude, they don't shrooms do not stay in your system. I heard from this guy.
I apologize to my children who will discover my search history, when I die.
you're good.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. Uh, I
So,
think.
I mean,
I think.
I want to get an idea of like, is this something that Kira pulls all the time? It's like this kind of constant siege warfare of wearing people down. Does this work for her?
Yeah.
Is this something the others, is this the first time or the umpteenth time they have been um, pressured in this way?
I don't know. If how the others wear down, but yeah, this is a tactic that Kira has certainly used in the past.
I
It's
think. Oh, go for it.
it's really tough to get these young gentlemen to loosen up, in her opinion. Okay, sorry.
I was going to say Jeremiah particularly is very valuable to this strain of argument, but usually leans on Terry to be like the voice of reason.
The Rock.
I
Oh,
mean,
right.
he has to be because, god dang, I mean, like, it's Jeremiah's future, and like, he's got like how many jobs? So it's like, crap. Come on, Kira.
Okay, like this is like one of the last chances that we're going to have to be together because
Like,
we're all going to be going to different places. Jeremiah's going to go to college. You're going to go to college. Remy's going to go to college.
You're gonna go to college
And
you're
too.
gonna go to college.
I hope I do.
You
We'll
will.
see.
You totally will.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that I have people to rely on right now
Yeah.
who will take mushrooms with me.
Co-
I,
All right, hold on. I
I think
hear.
she's
Wait. So Terry's gonna like, and he looks at Jeremiah like underneath his brow. I hear that there's such a thing as like if you. I can't believe I'm suggesting this. I hear that if you do some kind of like workout for an extended period of time, you could conceivably sweat like certain chemicals out of your system. Like
That's
it,
great.
it's basically kind of like like doing like a heat treatment and sweating it out. Like we'd have to put you in like double the workout wear, and then like have you, I don't know, sprint or get on the bike or just, I don't know, weight training for, I don't know, an hour straight or something, and maybe you can sweat it out. I don't know, but
Remy, uh, Terry, Remy, this is a bad idea, right, Remy? Terry, Terry said it's good. It's a bad idea. Remy. Everybody's gonna wave a hand in Remy's face. Did you already take it? You already seen
I
it?
mean, I'm holding one. I'm seriously considering it just because, you know, I do I. So there's two levels to this, right? This is about the only way we're going to find out what these mushrooms actually are.
Hmm.
Because Kira thinks she knows, but that's not the same thing as knowing. And
Hmm.
Kira having already taken them, yeah. So I'm like, I'm holding a dose. I guess what we guess is a dose, and I'm kind of eyeballing it, quietly.
I mean, she
Uh,
seems to be fine so far.
Do you want to
Uh,
try it? Oh,
Oh, I was just saying, so Kira, you're like still lying on the ground, right where Jeremiah, you know, slammed you or, playfully
it
nudged
makes it
you.
sound so
Uh,
aggressive.
um, Kira's such a drama queen, like,
Yeah, exactly.
um, and yeah, I mean, tell me what you feel. Like, you feel like, not that the ground wants to like suck you in or something like that, but it's like holding you gently. Like, what do you say, or how do they see you being very comfy here?
Convince us, Kira.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's kind of afraid that if she starts describing what's happening, that you all will decide not to do it. Um, yeah, that's the question. So, is she like being super relaxed, or is she kind of like having a weird moment?
Mm.
I think that she actually stands up and she's giggling a little bit. She starts twirling and she has her head thrown back and she's laughing and she says, I just feel so light and relaxed.
And I look at Remy. It's like, are you gonna do it?
so Remy's hand is empty now.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh, you fucking. Oh God.
Oh, like, and then and then Terry looks at Jeremiah and's like,
Do you wanna?
I don't really want to, but
Hey, you don't
try a
reach over.
little. Try a little, and then for you at least, we do the sweat workouts. This way,
Well,
you can make sure it's out of your system.
he frowns and shakes it. The beer's one thing. I
All
can't do
right.
it.
Okay. All right. How about this? You make sure that I don't freak out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like that's probably like the best reason why. Someone should be here to make sure everyone else is like okay.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no,
You
you should
you
take a
you
nibble.
you'll make sure I won't freak.
Yeah, I've got you. And I like squeeze his hand.
Okay. All right. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is gonna be a bad idea.
What does it taste like?
And he teats and it's like, ah, dry as fuck. Ah. Ugh. And he just kind of like he
I
did,
pass the water bottle to you.
yeah, thanks. And and he like kind of sucks down some water and it's like he just like and his eyes go wide and he's just like sitting there and he's just like looking at you and he blinks and he just kind of like tips over
Oh God. I will reach out
looking
and catch
at
you before
you.
you try to catch you before you fall over. Be like, whoa,
He just keeps
okay,
on looking at you, but
Terry
he's just
down,
like tips over.
watership down, Terry down. How are you two doing? And he like looks over to Kira and Remy.
Kira has started to move off like into the forest.
No,
And
no, no, no. Jeremiah is up so fast and literally will like put an arm around your waist and pick you up and then put you back down on the blanket.
what
No,
are you doing?
you can't go wandering off into the forest, Kira, high on
Don't
mushrooms.
did you didn't take one? Don't you
No,
hear
I
them
can't take
calling?
one. No, I'm not taking it. I'm watching. See, because then you're gonna want end up lost in a wood, and then I bet you'll like lose your clothing, and I bet the last thing you want is to have to walk back through town without your
What?
clothes.
Don't
So
you? They're calling. Remy, do you hear them calling from the forest?
no, Remy,
that what that is?
Yeah. What
we can
kind of
only go into the forest if all of us want to go in the forest.
Yes, we all want to go in the forest. That's perfect. Okay, well,
Terry,
let's hold hands.
well, Terry hasn't said whether he wants to go or not. Kira,
Terry, do you hear them calling?
I think Terry's still on the blanket because he's he's just his eyes are still very wide, and then like there's a smile on his face, but it's like a goofy smile, like it's not even like a smile like reacting to anything, and he just kind of says, I just I don't hear anything. I just see a lot of color. Why is Kira why is Kira purple and blue? Ooh, keep doing that. Oh, look at she, she's like she's like making waves. Look at that. Oh, Remy, where are you? Remy, hey.
Yes, Terry?
Ooh, oh, okay. Oh, there's some green on you, man.
Hmm.
Ooh, oh,
That's his moss.
ho ho ho. That's amazing. Whoa, and he's blinking a lot. I
Kira
don't
walks.
want to
Go
go
ahead, sorry.
anywhere. Yeah, I mean, like he's just saying, I don't want to go anywhere. This is just, I don't, I don't feel good.
oh, you don't feel good,
Too
and I
many
think he actually lets
waves.
go of Kira.
I'm sorry, what did Jeremiah say?
He will let go of Kira because he had like had his hands on Kira to like walk
Right,
over to
right,
where
right,
Terry
right.
is lying down when Terry says, "I don't feel well." What's bothering you? Is it like your stomach or
Oh, just the waves. Lots and lots of waves.
okay, yeah, so
Ooh,
I think maybe moving's not a good idea, and he'll like sit down and kind of pull Terry so that his head is like pillowed on his leg.
Aw.
Uh,
you're a lot of red.
I'm red.
Yeah,
Cool.
red and pink.
Red pink.
Yeah. That looks really cool. Whoa.
Well, yeah, no, and he'll like take his hand and be like, uh, and just like hold it steady, hoping that like a steady motion instead of a wave motion will steady, like, will like it gets paused or something. So he's just holding this hand above your head.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it's just like, and he'll hold it, and he's like, ah, that that helps a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's like, nope, I'm staying right here.
You can
So,
try to escape if you wish. Side note, like I have
is that
now
what you
fully
say?
tracked. No, 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 God, no. And out of this out of character because I don't want you to feel like my character. Like I don't want you to feel like meta. Like you can't do it. because he is now successfully trapped under a Terry. So
Kira, so you've collapsed on the ground, right?
Hmm.
And I think slowly you become aware that roots and briars are growing out of the ground around you and pulling you into the earth, this muddy, wet earth.
I th
And the the voice in your head says, "Bring your friends. It'll be fun."
so at first I think that she finds it kind of relaxing, and she says, "Remy, come lay down over here."
I'll walk over closer, or sort of shuffle over closer to Kira.
And then as the roots kind of like start to surround her body, is that accurate?
Yeah.
And start to pull her under, and like she seems now like she's starting to struggle, to anybody who's like sober enough to see it happening. Um, as if she's pinned to the ground, and her mouth is open, like she is screaming, but no sound is coming out.
this was a bad idea. This was a bad idea.
I'm
And
gonna
he's got like with the other hand, he'll lean over and like pat Kira's shoulder, like trying to like calm her down.
I'm
One
gonna
hand up. Mhm.
pull up like Kira from the like her upper body and kind of like pull her against me. Um, although my eyes are generally fixed on one of the trees nearby. So
The trees are perfectly normal, so there's nothing to worry about by fixing your gaze there.
I think
Um,
Terry feels the movement and is just like, earthquake, earthquake.
No, no, there's
Oh,
no earthquake. No
oh.
earthquake. You're good. Just people moving on a blanket. No, no earthquake.
So Remy, I think the tree you're starting to see a face. The tree is talking to you. You know, it's I don't know, like an ant or something. Mm. And you know, it slowly leans over you and then just kind of collapses into you and like pushes you down through the earth. What do you say? What's the last thing you say before I think your mouth gets stuck in this like word soundless scream just like Kira's.
uh, 5,217. 5,217 leaves.
Okay. Uh so just a reality check. Jeremiah, you look over and the other two are just lying there, mouth agape. I don't know,
Jeez.
like they're having
I
an
think he,
experience.
yeah, I think he like reaches out and like puts the two fingers of the hand that aren't holding Terry's hand against Remy's neck to see if there's like a pulse.
Yep, still alive. Still
Okay,
alive.
cool, cool. Checks Kira as well. All right, they've got pulses. It's fine, and I've got Terry. It's all good. Jesus, this is I should. This is terrible. It is no fun being the sober one while other people are tripping. And he's just like, this is oof, not again, never letting Kira talk us into this again. This is a bad idea. And just like gently reaches over and tries to like touch Kira's chin to like get her to close her mouth. Yeah, like he keeps trying to like close Kira or Remy's mouths so that like they're not just like fucking open for like bugs.
And Kira, what happens is this giant angle of briars shoves itself into your mouth and goes all the way down. Harry, yeah. So now you see you're like on top of this giant gnarly tree and it's swaying and it's like shushing like the wind. And then it leans over and you kind of slide up the trunk and all the way down, and you find yourself at the bottom of a hollow. Um, there's Remy and Kira. Oh, and this other thing. It looks like, I don't know, a mud person. It's got this mask that's like all briars and twigs and moss and mud. So much mud. It barely looks like a person.
Where am I in relation to them and it when I slide down?
The three of you are kind of lying or like on your knees or in whatever state you're in a
Hmm.
circle around this mud witch.
Around it. Is
Yeah.
it doing anything?
It's kind of talking to you, but it sounds like it's just the wind howling at you.
I think, even in his weird state, I think his automatic instinct is to protect the others. He sits bolt upright and will like move in such a way to try and get in front of Kira and Remy to be protective over them, like in front of the mud witch or whatever. Like he'll keep his eyes on her, it, whatever, and then just kind of back or scurry, in front of them and just kind of like, you know, edge his way and then just like,
And
yeah, I
the
mean,
and the
go
mud
on.
witch kind of stands uh and both of their hands come towards your face and it cups your your face in those strange, muddy, twiggy hands and says, "Yes, you should stay on a single side."
And he just keeps like shaking his head, like, and feeling the hands on his face, and just kind of like tries to bat her hands away, and that's probably what Jeremiah sees him do.
Yeah. What
Stop!
um
Stop!
what does Kira do? You like see this and you don't hear the words that Terry hears. You just hear this howling wind come out of this muddy, witchy, twiggy face. You're muted.
Yeah, I was just saying, wow. Um, I think that um, she thinks that she is crawling toward Terry to frankly, kind of like I think maybe she's trying to get behind him a little bit. Um, because that's feels like that's just naturally their relationship. Um, Terry is a is protective and Kira relies on that, although she pushes back against it. So yeah, she crawls over to Terry, I think, and is trying just kind of like get behind him, but look over his shoulder.
I
How
mean,
about
he's gonna,
Remy? Oh, sorry.
yeah, yeah, I mean, like, and he's just continually, like, just he's holding up a hand and, like, trying to push that hand away, the hands away of the witch, and just like, stay away. Like, and each time he says it, it's like firmer. Um, I think, you know.
Yeah, what about Remy? What do you do when you see this?
And so I'm keeping my gaze fixed on the mud witch, but I'm listening, eh, like I'm trying to hear something else, something outside of that circle.
So yeah, I think you look up and you see, you know, up out of this hollow, the trees are still kind of leaning in, all of them leaning in, witnessing you. Um, and one of them, like there's an acorn like ripening right in front of your eyes, and it drops and rolls down the hill towards you, like stops just at your foot.
I'm going to pick it up, put it in my pocket.
Right? Yeah, it feels warm and like it feels like a wish. Back in the real world,
Yeah.
Jeremiah, these people are out of it. They're just lying there. There's a few mumbles. Uh, Terry is kind of like waving at his face like there's I don't know, leaves or something. Like
Yeah.
maybe he's like wiping his cheek to get the mud off. There's no mud.
I think
How,
he's
how
just,
long do you, how long do you think they are out of it before they start to actually stir and become, join the real world again?
hold on, let me ask my good friend Google. No, no, no. No, no, no. Google, you too innocent.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. Mm. Okay, 4 to 6 hours. So we're gonna say 4 hours.
Okay.
It is just
So,
4 hours of soothing noises and
yeah.
grabbing hands and trying to, or like giving high fives, like trying to figure out what satiates the need, like using his jacket to like wipe at the corner, like where Terry's wiping, like I got it. Like
And I think,
you
um,
can hear a sip water.
and I think the campfire is slowly dying. And I don't know, do you like let it die or do you want to keep it going?
Oh, fuck that noise. I relight that thing. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
when you're stoking it or feeding it some more fuel, the
Okay.
fire says Briarwood. And that's when Kira wakes up. And let's take our break. Yeah, let's flip forward 20 odd years. And Mark, why don't you describe Kira's house, maybe what other people will see and notice about it when they arrive for dinner?
So Eddie North, Kira's husband, is a real estate agent. So the house is kind of a modern build, like maybe from the 80s or 90s, I guess. And it's spacious. It is decorated um inconsistently throughout the house. Um it does have a large kitchen with a um with a large island, lots of space for cooking, those kinds of things. Um so Eddie is there. I think the kids are there, but they're not going to be joining us for dinner. Um and I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to add, really.
Well, maybe we'll ask the others. Like Terry, what is the thing that you notice that reminds you of like Kira's childhood home or childhood bedroom, right? What's the thing that is, yeah, this is definitely the same person.
I think she has she has pictures of like strong women. Like she has managed to put, I'm not going to say like posters, but I mean like evidence of strong women like in her home. Like maybe she has like articles or yeah, like maybe like she has like articles framed of like um talks or um events um that strong women have you know conferences, and these are framed like along the hallway and such and so forth. And I think, yeah, like Kira has, if she has not actually gone to them herself, I mean, like she's definitely framed them as event markers of like important to her in that way. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Remy, I think as someone who probably knew Kira the best, maybe you've been over here in the meantime,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? Given that you've both been in town a while. But what what's changed? What marks this as a very different person than she was 20 odd years ago?
You know what? I think that like the big thing is that um there's a room there's the mud room or what have you. There's the space where all the dirty stuff from outside, including for the kids, goes, and it's actually like not just an afterthought. It is there's a distinct barrier between the out of house dirtiness and the in-house, if that makes sense, which clearly has required effort to maintain, if that makes sense. And that's not something you would have seen Kira do like 10 years ago.
Yeah. And for Jeremiah, regardless of the fact that Eddie is your greatest fan, like what kind of influence from him do you see in the house?
What influence from Eddie do we see in the house? I think there is. like an accomplishment shelf. And so there's like several like realtor awards and like a couple of kids trophies and like articles that like got really popular that are framed that Kira wrote and like a even like the local oh I don't know about that. I don't think he has that. I think there's some memorabilia, but there's nothing like signed or anything like that. That's expensive and you have kids. Uh and so, yeah, there's like different accomplishments and things like that, but it seems to peter out like at a certain point. Like you start to notice that like a lot of those kids' trophies were like, second grade soccer and things like that. And so it's a little off. Like there's no consistency and then like there's a drop once a certain year comes where Eddie was like getting like regularly like best realtor of the year, best realtor of the year, and then it drops, and that's like the year Jenny started working there, like things like that.
Okay. I guess we had firmly established in both timelines that Jenny is the evil presence in town.
Maybe she could be
Um,
Jeremiah's new stepsister, adoptive sister. Who knows?
yeah, wow. Um, so yeah, Mark, there you go. There's Kira's house. Um, what is for dinner? I want to know how quickly everyone realizes that there's mushrooms in this dish.
Yeah, I think that she wants the mushrooms to be front and center. So she's done some kind of like uh appetizer with mushrooms. Um, and she's got those around for when people arrive and have kind of settled in, everyone together.
Mhm.
But I don't it doesn't matter what the main dish is, I don't think. It just the apt yes, stuffed mushrooms. Um, and so she's got those in the oven on warm, and they're ready to come out when folks get here. But I kind of wanted to see the reaction of as people arrive of experiencing each other's presence.
Yeah, I wonder if there's some small talk and then, Terry arrives to see Jeremiah or vice versa, right? So who do you
Imagine
think arrives?
Jeremiah is last and he's late.
Okay.
Checks out.
So do you want some small talk? I mean, the three people who did have mushrooms that night 20 years ago, what's the small talk like when you realize Kira's feeding you mushrooms again?
Well, okay, so first off, I think that Terry is on time, uh, but beforehand he had gone to some place to get flowers for Kira. Like, he wanted to be nice, and like he's wearing a jacket to go over his uh, like he spruced up a bit, like he's wearing a button down um, shirt, and then like a dinner, like not a dinner jacket, what am I saying, like just a blazer or whatever. And yeah, he bought flowers for Kira, and like maybe he got like, I don't know, he went, is there like a local bakery or something like that that's really nice or something? Maybe he remembered that there's a nice bakery or something like that, and then he bought something uh, small, but something nice for Kira. Is there a baked good that you used to like a lot?
I was about to say
Uh,
there's a great donut shop, right?
See, that's what I was just thinking too.
Okay, okay, okay. I think
Um,
I think he bought you a I think he bought you a like, if you remembered that you loved like one of those donuts or something like that,
yeah,
he bought
yeah,
you a donut and flowers.
that's awesome. So I think that Terry, when she greets Terry at the door, she leans in to give Terry a hug, and she says, "Oh my, thank you for coming and flowers. Nobody brings flowers. Thank you so
Like,
much."
you invited me to dinner. I mean, I could have easily taken you all out for a meal, like out, out wherever the hell you wanted to go.
Yeah, no,
It's my
I'm happy
thanks.
to. happy to cook. I have a little surprise for everyone this
He,
evening, so I'm
he gives
glad
you a
I'm
kiss
just
on
so
he yeah, he gives you a kiss on the forehead and gives you the flowers and the donut.
ah. And she says, "Come in," and she you don't have a coat, so she doesn't take your coat, but she brings you into the kitchen where she's working, and she says, "I'm just finishing th some things up shortly.
Do
I
you need any help? I mean,
do you know your way around a kitchen?"
yes. Remember?
Okay,
Used to help my aunt.
that's right. I forgot. All right, Mr. Delling, let's get you a knife.
Okay. All right. What do you need me to do? And then he rolls up his sleeves and gets ready to do whatever you need him to do.
Does Terry have any, after his long life involved in the music industry, have any tattoos now
Hmm.
on his forearms?
Um
The rippling muscles under his forearms, kind of like
You will notice that. Yes.
accentuating.
You will notice that, but no, he doesn't have any cuz there hasn't been any meaningful things that he's wanted to put on his body.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
What?
Just, I'm sorry, that's just me, Mark, thinking that Mads feels like Terry hasn't had anything happen to him that's been worth commemorating in that way. That's interesting. Um, but yeah, so she sets you to work cutting something up while she stirs some sauce. Um, and she says, "Have you had a chance to see Jeremiah since he's been back in town?"
Oh, you notice he gets real quiet. Yeah. Yeah.
She's not trying to be indelicate, but she says, "What's up with you two?"
What do you mean? I mean, he came into the dripping dagger and I saw him.
Okay.
Chop chop chop. Slice.
Um, and she walks over to put some music on the speaker, and she's going to play a song that Terry loved in 1998. But it's not by Single Side. What other song did he love during the 90s?
Oh God,
I'm
hold
sorry,
on.
I'm hitting you for something that you were not around for, I'm sure.
What?
The 90s is an
How
ancient
old do you th-
history.
How old do you think I am, Mark? No, seriously, how old do you think I am, Mark?
Not old enough to remember the 90s.
You're funny and you're so cute. Aren't you? Wait, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh,
That's one of my
perfect.
faves.
Okay,
But yes,
awesome.
Good
you
song.
are complimenting me hard because you are so cute. You are so cute. Do you know how old I am? Seriously,
I
Mark,
no, I don't, but
you're
that's
so
okay.
funny. I'm older than Dunna.
I know
Okay.
Donna and I are,
Uh,
yeah.
uh,
Well,
uh,
Donna's younger than me, but
and my live journal handle was older than time. I will tell you.
live journal.
Oh my God, I didn't have a live journal. Thank you. But
Okay,
Oh.
anyway, I
well,
am older than Dunna, so just so
All
you
right.
know.
So Iris, Goo Goo Dolls,
Hmm.
starts playing, and she's just still trying to make conversation while she waits, I think, now for somebody else to arrive because it got a little uncomfortable when she was being real. And oh my God, yeah, it probably
What?
is. And
What?
she says, "Do
Why
you
are
remember
you?
this one?
Yeah, I do. Why are you playing that?
I thought you liked it.
I do like it, but Kira, why are you playing it? You know I
I
like it.
um so she picks up her phone and she puts on Smashing Pumpkins. I I I just are you doing okay? Because it feels like maybe you've got a lot going on.
I've got nothing going on.
No?
really got nothing going on, Kira. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Let's have Remy arrive to mix things up.
Hmm.
Yes.
All right. So I tried to get there early, but that did not work. And I am bringing a small bundle of papers that I can just leave in whatever Kira. Does Kira have an office or it at home, or is it more of a there's a table
There's a
somewhere?
table. Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, I brought over. I will carefully remove my shoes, and then I will bring the papers over to your table, and carefully deposit them there. They're about the save the library from Jenny
That's
deal.
awesome.
So, because we've probably talked about this on a few occasions as far as what you can write about it and what you can't, and so on. But maybe something useful for the next article.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Thank you. I
So,
want to add one little detail, which is when the doorbell rang when Remy arrived, um, you can barely audibly hear Kira say under her breath, "Thank God." Uh, and she says, I'm just gonna get the door." And she brings Remy back in. Um, so have you guys seen each other since Terry's been
No,
here?
no, Remy. Hey, how you doing?
hi.
And like it kind of comes over and like kind of like like does that like like shoulder clap and then like will
Yeah.
shake your hand and stuff. How are
Mhm.
you?
All right. If
Amazing
you
to
give me the
see you.
opportunity, I will properly hug you. But that's yeah,
Well, I mean, like if you try to give
yeah,
him a hug, he'll totally pull you in for a hug.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
My
That's
God,
yeah.
amazing. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. Taking care of Annie. Um,
Okay,
so she's recovering right now. So hopefully that goes smoothly.
all right. It's good seeing you.
Good to see you. I didn't realize you were back in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, yeah. Again, single side is in town, and so am
Hmm.
I, because I'm their guy.
Fair
You know.
enough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Kira apparently ferreted me out, and yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I hope the road's been treating you well, and that being back is treating you well too.
yeah, just for a little bit, just
Okay.
you know, checking out the old digs, and setting up the band to do their homecoming tour, and play their hearts out for the old dump, as Kira says. Huh. So you should come. Like, it's the
Sure.
concert's in a few days. Yeah, I can get you guys
Yeah. Which
tickets.
what's the venue?
Dripping Dagger, of course.
Oh, of
Homecoming
course.
tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So got the sound stage tricked out. Like, a little few more lights. I'll have them pointed so it won't look quite so bad. So
I know there's only so much you can do.
yeah, only so much you can do. Absolutely. So and yeah, I know some people are probably questioning. It's like, well, why aren't you doing it in the newer, you know, resort area or whatever? But I mean, single side was always at the Dripping Dagger, so I mean, of course they're going to be coming home.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So then he goes back to chopping whatever the heck Kira had him do, you know. So
Um, so if it's acceptable, Kira has kind of stepped out during this conversation. She comes back in and she says, "So anyway, um, I made a special surprise for us." And she opens the oven, pulls out a baking dish, I guess, and puts out the stuffed mushrooms in the center. And she says, "These mushrooms will not get you high." So,
like Terry looks over and just goes, "I should hope not."
Um, I think in retrospect, I think Kira feels like she was a little bit traumatized by that experience. She's never really wanted to admit it. It was scary. And so she's kind of like stealing glances at Terry and Remy, when she puts that out to see what the reaction is, if there's like any kind of strange reaction that people have that shows on their face.
I mean, does she take them out of the oven? Does she like,
Yeah, she
put them
takes them
out?
out of the oven and then sets them in the center of the island in the kitchen.
Yeah. And it's like, do you have a plate? I mean, like, want to put them out, you
Oh,
know,
sure.
for serving and all that kind of stuff. And then Terry will help put them on the serving plate and stuff like that, and kind of contemplate them and say, "Yeah, that was one serious head trip for sure. Barely
Yeah.
remember it."
Yeah, I don't remember a lot either. She remembers every detail. Uh,
I remember seeing like lots of colors
yeah.
and some kind of like mud witch thing in the middle of a circle or something. I remember she touched my face.
Do you remember that, Remy?
Mostly remember the trees, but actually, I'm gonna pick up one of the mushrooms. And
Careful, it's hot. It's right out of the
ah,
oven.
well, it was in warm in the
It
oven.
was in the warm. Yeah,
Ah, ah,
Right, right.
ah.
hmm And sort of absent-mindedly, while I'm holding that in my right hand, my left hand sort of goes into my pants pocket. Um, yeah, you know, it seemed like a dream.
Hmm. Yeah, it's been a while back, right? So,
I mean, a dream, but also pretty real. I felt like,
Dreams sometimes are.
yeah, can still smell the mud. And I think absent-mindedly, like Terry will pick up a mushroom and then kind of pop it in his mouth as he says it, and then like
Mhm.
start chewing. Oh, hmm, that's really good.
thank you.
Good job, Kira.
Yeah,
Thank
especially
you.
like the cheese.
Definitely not dry as fuck as those mushrooms back then. Thank you.
No, we kind of had to choke those down. Yeah.
I remember, and he stops. I at least got some water.
So, Remy, what would you like to hear?
Oh, I'm not. I mean, musically?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Just I was just playing this just for background music, but
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jeremiah will arrive, right?
Uh,
ah,
the I lived I lived through the 90s, but my musical knowledge of the 90s is not terribly deep
that's okay.
for a variety of
Yeah.
reasons.
It's like 10 minutes past when dinner was supposed to start. And there's a knock at the door because he's not just gonna like come in. He doesn't feel comfortable to just come in.
I think that at this point, Kira, she has her hands are covered with something that she was cooking, so she can't get to the door. And she says, Terry, could you grab the door?
Sure, yeah, no problem. And he kind of just like pops another one of the mushrooms if there's any more like in his mouth, and he's kind of like chewing and then like um, like absent-mindedly, like just not even looking, and he's just heading toward the door and just opening it. He's staring at the floor, and then like he looks and he sees the shoes that he saw earlier. I guess. I mean,
Hmm.
did you change?
Probably, but he could still be wearing the same shoes.
Okay. And then he sighs and he's like, hey, shakes his head. It's like, Kira.
Oh, hey, hey, Terry.
Hey.
And he looks kind of surprised. You'll see like both of his arms have like two big bags like in it, like nice bags. Um, one of which clearly has like baseball stuff, and the other has like there's two bottles of very nice wine. Like I bet Eddie would know if he'd looked at them that they probably cost more than both his and Kira's mortgage. Uh, and like the monthly mortgage, not like the whole mortgage, but like the monthly mortgage. And like there's like, like Montanero Hotel, like chocolates that like he like raided the gift shop for like things to bring because like you can't show up empty-handed. It's not like he can make something. God, Lord knows he probably doesn't know how to cook. Uh, and
He
so
hesitates and will like say, yeah, let me help you with that. And then he'll take the
yeah,
lighter bag.
yeah, yeah. This is just it's for
Yeah,
dinner. It's some wine and stuff, and then
sure.
like also some just stuff for Kira and Eddie. This is, mostly for the kids. And he smiles actually a little bigger as you see like there's gloves and balls and like car like one of every like two of everything essentially because there's two kids. And then maybe like there's one extra of one other thing meant to be for like Eddie. Uh, and they're all signed like,
Yeah. Okay. And
hey, yeah, I think yeah, Kira mentioned you were gonna be here. That's nice. And he like pauses and like wipes his shoes on like the little entryway mud mat.
yeah,
Uh,
as you say
Takes them
that, it's
off.
like and you're doing that. It's like she's and he says it's like, well, that's one more thing that you knew that I didn't. It's great. It's great.
To be fair, I said yes before she told me. I wouldn't have like put you in that position if I had known.
It's all right. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's.
Let's go get that wine open.
Sure.
I think he goes to step past you because oof. And he'll come in and be like, I know the kids aren't joining us for dinner, but I've got goodies for them and a couple for Eddie. And for you, one or two for you. And oh, Remy, hey. Oh wait, I meant just disappeared.
And trailing
Oh,
behind is Terry with the other bag, and he'll put it on the kitchen counter wherever there's available space, and just kind of like give you a look, Kira, like, really?
I mean, whoa, whoa. And he like looks you up and down. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing, man? I didn't really, it's crazy. Everyone's in town. I didn't expect that.
I think I'm gonna probably give Jeremiah a hug as well. And say, great to see you. Wow.
Yeah, he's
It's like
taller,
a veritable reunion.
muscular, like, yeah, I guess that kind of
Uh,
is a way from
and then I'll step back close to Kira and sort of whisper, trying to do something here.
Just getting the old friends together for dinner.
Okay, good. That I'm good with.
Sorry about being late. I was looking at I was business meeting stuff, and so it just took a moment, and then I had to go grab the stuff that I'd gotten ready like from the room, and you know,
Oh, that's nothing, no worries whatsoever. I would offer you some of these mushrooms, but I know you don't eat them.
and yeah, he laughs, and it's warm, and it's hearty, and that grin just. encapsulates his whole front of his face. And he laughs and he says, "You know what's really funny though, actually?" And he goes to the bag where the wine is and he pulls out a box. "See, I brought you a bunch of truffles. But if you look at them, because it is the year of our Lord and Savior 2020, these be weed truffle chocolates. They're like, well, there's two boxes. There's one box that's like 150 pieces. It's like regular chocolate, and then there's one that's like 10 that's like weed. And it's like, but things have changed over time, and I haven't had mushrooms per se, and not until very recent. Actually, haven't had it yet, but technically, and he just pulls the out the box of the truffles as it says like THC content. Like, thought it would be
Uh,
you know.
Terry clears his throat. Kira, what do you need brought over to the dining room?
Oh God, yeah. How can I help?
well, you have helped enough with this offering from the chocolate gods, so I'm definitely getting in that. Terry, do you want to take over that Dutch oven?
Sure.
Great.
Just tell me where to bring it.
Yeah, just right over there. And don't worry about a trivet or anything. It's that table's so beat up, it's not going to notice.
Okay. And he brings
Uh,
it over with yeah, pot holders and whatever, and yeah. Do you have arrangement where we're gonna sit and all that kind of stuff, or just like sit down
Oh,
wherever?
Whatever feels comfortable to you.
He just looks away because
Yeah.
he does not want to sit first because he's afraid of what you're gonna do. He is so terrified of what you're gonna do.
where is
Um,
Eddie? I have, and he'll pull out a signed ball.
oh, I'll see if I can get him to come up from his office.
Oh, is he?
Um,
Sorry, is he not joining us? I thought.
oh yeah, no, he is. He just was he's always, working until the last minute. He's got a basement office. I'll go yell at him.
Forget.
Eddie!
You go yell at him,
Yeah.
not yell for him or pull him, just yell at him.
Terry's gonna look at Remy and kind of like get closer and it's like, what's with those two?
Honestly, I never know what happens when I'm not here, but yeah, I mean, I worry a little.
Okay, all right.
So I'm gonna break the ice and actually sit somewhere.
Terry's gonna immediately sit next to you. Thanks.
And there's only one spot on the other side of Terry available. I wonder who's gonna sit there. Um,
Yeah. Do you like Carrie? Like, oh, this is where I sit. This is where Eddie sit. Oh, and that's that one other seat. You should sit there, Jeremiah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do that just because I think that it's going to be t horrifying for people. Um,
You have a
rather than pull punches.
you have a,
But
a
but
bottle opener in a
Yeah,
I would
totally. Go ahead,
sorry.
Donna.
I was just gonna check in. Is Kira rather than Mark doing that on purpose because that is her master plan, or is that just happens?
It's a
What
really
is
good
Kira's
question.
master plan? I want to know. Me,
I don't
Mads, just
think
want
she
to know.
has a master plan. I think that Kira probably feels disappointed that people who seemed to be in love in the way that you both were at the time, I mean, what she perceived to be love, um, couldn't keep it together. And the fact that you two couldn't keep it together has colored her kind of life, her view of life and her own relationships.
Hmm. Mom and Dad got
Yeah.
divorced.
Ouch! Ouch! Ow! Ow! Damn it! Ow! That hurts. Ugh. Ugh.
Um, so yeah, she'll go over and get the bottle opener or the wine opener and so
Yeah,
on
like a
out of the
decanter and stuff. And he just like says that without even realizing how bougie he like.
Yeah. I don't. She looks around the
Oh
kitchen,
no,
knowing she
that's
obviously does not have one, and says, "I don't think
God,
so."
Eddie says it's in the dishwasher, honey. You know.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah,
yeah,
right.
it's your party. You were in Kira's party. You should do the honors, and he will hold the bottle out to Eddie, and Eddie will see the label and probably know, and the bottle opener. I brought some wine for dinner.
Great. I'm sure Kira's been cooking these mushrooms since like I don't know. I don't think many articles got wrote today, did they?
You know, it can't be all work. Sometimes you gotta play, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, this was work. You know, what I did today was work, cooking. You should understand that, right?
The mushrooms turned out really well. I mean,
I
I'm
can't
Thank
wait
just
to
gonna
you.
drop that, you know.
can't wait to actually try mushrooms. And he like says it with like a wink towards Kira because Eddie obviously doesn't know like that he didn't have them last time.
Please do.
Yeah. And he'll reach over and pop one. He's like, "Wow, this is delicious!" Like swallow, like this is amazing. You're lucky you get to eat this like almost all the time. You lucky man, and like goes to clap Eddie on the back.
All right, you're pushing
Well,
real hard, Jeremiah.
well, well, Kira, I said not a lot of articles got wrote today. I didn't say no work was done.
Okay, you're right. I misinterpreted what you were saying. I'm sorry that I jumped to that conclusion, and I want you to know that I hear you.
Okay.
Hear my exit
Well,
stage left.
yes, Jeremiah, I am a very lucky man. Um, this is how it
Ball.
is.
Terry's gonna whisper to Remy, "What the hell is going on? What the fuck is going on?"
Well, that was definitely couple therapy speak. So
Yes.
Jesus.
Also, here's I've got more stuff in a bag, mostly for the kids stuff. But here, he'll hold the ball out to Eddie, like hoping it'll make him happy.
He's like a
Signed,
puppy that gets a ball.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
Um,
signed ball.
you know what I was thinking? Maybe I can bring the kids out because I know they hate mushrooms, and I want to leave some old friends catch up without cramping your style.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
Yeah,
does that sound okay, Kira? Or,
that
I
sounds
don't know what the
great.
kids ate today. Probably nothing good.
Oh,
So, not for want of
teenagers.
trying, but yeah, I'll see if I can, I don't know, maybe pizza or something. It's better than nothing.
I was That sounds great. Thanks. Thanks, honey.
You know, I feel like maybe when I'm not here, you'll be able to enjoy yourselves more. You can talk about old jokes and all that kind of stuff.
That's very kind of you.
puts another mushroom in mouth. Just
Yeah, Terry's gonna pull out another mushroom because otherwise he's gonna start saying
you don't
shit.
want to have to talk. So he's like, I think they reach at the exact same time, and they're
Oh, god damn it!
That's
God
and then
perfect for the
fucking damn
exact
it!
same one. Oh my
yeah, and then he's
God.
like,
Ah,
you grab that one, and he'll like grab like a different one and pop it in his mouth.
yeah. Ugh. Like life isn't uncomfortable enough as it is. Yeah.
Your hands definitely brushed, though.
Mission accomplished, says Kira. Not out loud, presumably.
Out loud. She said.
But
Um,
yeah.
After Eddie leaves and we're pouring the wine, uh,
And
from
Terry just bursts out, like, and just looks at you and says, "Kira, are you okay?
Yeah,
What the hell was that?"
and we're working on it. It's, it's work. A good marriage requires work, and that's what we're doing. We're doing the work. And she's pouring wine from the decanter, and it hasn't had the proper time to breathe or whatever. But she
Does not
pours
correct
every
her.
but she pours wine for everyone, and then she she fills hers to it's at the brim, her own, and she sets the decanter down. Um, and she pulls it over and has to slurp from the top of the glass so that she doesn't spill any.
They
Uh,
say when you do that, that's to make your blessings overflow.
oh, that's lovely, Remy. I've never heard that. That is, it's quite lovely. I should really make it overflow then. And she pops it off again.
Uh, as some of it feels like Jeremiah. Actually, no, he doesn't care. He's so wealthy, he doesn't care. But Eddie would be horrified if you could see this. Yeah,
Um,
I
no,
mean, Terry
cheers.
just gets up and then just like literally sits into the seat next to you and like will actually hold your hand and says,
Mm.
I am worried about you. I only just saw 5 minutes of this and I am worried about you.
And not to like double up on that, but like I was thinking maybe it was just awkward because I was at his office, but this this was. Are you okay, Kira?
um, I am okay, and I'm gonna be okay. And we are just in a rough patch. And we're in therapy. It helps, I think. Um, and it's a work in progress. I mean, you've never been married. You don't know what it's like. Remy, you sometimes it's tough, right?
Remy, you're married?
Oh, I thought Remy was married to Anne.
No,
Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
no. Okay, but I did have something to add there. Um, so, just Kira, one thing you need to know or need to remember: you're in therapy, but the therapist's client, is the marriage, but it's not you.
I think she kind of collapses back into the chair and pulls the glass of wine closer to her and drinks. And she puts the glass back down and she says, "Okay, if we're going to talk about this, I need to be way more drunk than I am right now. So let's eat."
No, you don't. No, you don't. And like he
Terry,
will actually take your glass and move it away from you.
Terry, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Well,
I'm back in
I-
town, Kira.
I know you're going to be here for a whole few days.
Fuck. Okay.
And
Okay.
then, you know what I'm going to have when you leave? You know what I'm going to have when Jeremiah leaves? I'm going to have what I have had for the past 20 years. So,
Okay. All
you
right.
can say whatever you'd like. It's all fine. I'll take it all under consideration, but I'm the one who's still here.
Fair. Sorry.
Jeremiah had been about to do a thing I think that they'd done in their youth where like Terry would pull it away and then Jeremiah would like drink the thing or something or like and like as Kira says that like his hand had gone for her glass and then just like slowly backs up because nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah. No. That's fair. That's a fair
So come
call.
on, we're here to relax. I already had weed truffle, and let's eat and drink some wine and remember how it used to be.
The world back then.
You sure?
It was.
Okay.
So I check in, as you start to kind of maybe reminisce or maybe just talk about nonsense, is there like a way that you find yourself falling into old habits, like Jeremiah almost did? Uh, What about Kira? What does she end up like? Does she end up becoming more like her teenage self in the company of her teenage friends, or
Yeah.
what do we see?
Let me think for a second. I think she does. Um, and so yes, so she goes over to the liquor cabinet, such as it is, and brings out um a decent bottle of bourbon that is sealed and that Eddie was probably saving. Um, and she get brings over glasses and she says, now you guys were a real pain in the ass to get to do anything fun back in the day, but I bet I could convince you all to have a glass of whiskey with me.
Be happy to.
Sure.
It'll take the edge off the grading.
It's spoken like an educator. I swear it sounds like it must be. Um, and so I think that I think I'm going to back out and let people have some conversation here at the table about what they want.
I'm definitely going to be bringing up Jenny Montero's plans to destroy the library. Um, because that's several blasts from the past for Terry and Jeremiah. So
Yeah, what does that sound like, look like?
I just
What does he say?
don't
I think
literally
it's
tell
easier.
this.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's easier. Jeremiah be like, so Remy, what are you up to? Like, and what are you doing, your day to day? What's going on?
Oh, I wouldn't wait for that. No, I would be just laying right in onto the story of like, so have you heard what shenanigans Jenny Montero is getting up to right now? She's trying to take over to buy out the library and just tear it down. I'm not even sure what she's planning to put up there. It's a little unclear in the zoning meetings, even. So, um,
No,
so do,
it's funny. I actually saw Jenny today for a bit, and she didn't mention that at all.
well, she doesn't want a lot of people to know that she's behind it, but she is. Mhm.
What are they gonna do about a town library? You can't just take down a library.
They'll probably put up a shack or something.
No, that's an institution. She can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's
That's what
not.
yeah, I've been filing. I'm doing what I can.
You
But
know, I think that the rich people just do whatever they want.
yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to make it easy.
Jeremiah like, looks like he's gonna say something, and then remembers he now is a rich person.
Yeah.
Like before, he was not, very much not, but now he is, and he's definitely been in places where his friends and where his associates, people he's around in his normal life, throw their money and their weight around to get things, and like,
Yeah. Terry's kind of like shifting uncomfortably in his in his kind of expensive clothing. So, yeah. Mm. I mean, is there anything to be done? Is there like
yeah, is
any
it?
donations or anything that to stop her from, I don't know. Like
Well, I mean,
how can you buy out something so public? I don't understand that. That just doesn't seem to make any sense.
you work the board or not the board. You work the council, the town council, so that they put it up uh for potential bidding, and then you win the bid. That's how it works. It's a matter of buying out or persuading or otherwise just getting a hold of everybody who's in the decision process. And then you just do it. But as I said, we've been slowing it down. They tried to do it under the cover of night, as it were, and they, that didn't work, thankfully, because there's at least one or two honest people still in the council at the time. So now it's just been doing what we can. So, I mean, I suppose someone's got a ton of money to throw around. They could just turn around and buy it in the bidding if they want to outbid the Monteros. But, that's got its own consequences too, because it's not just money after all.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It,
going up against a powerful family.
isn't it like a historical monument? Can't you like get it declared like it's old as hell?
I'm working on it.
Well, could I like would it help if I like got a lawyer to do it with you or something?
For that part, not. I mean, like a proper historian would be nice.
Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely pay for that.
I can
Yeah,
pitch in too for that if needed. If we
yeah. You
know.
you can tell that Remy was really just bringing this up to gripe. He had no. I to be, yeah. I yes. They did not even think that yeah, just your old friends. He didn't know what was going on with you that much. So,
Yeah,
so
no.
um, yeah, that would be, yeah. Let me, Kira, maybe we should talk about what would work best here, or
Yeah, and I just want to say cheers to the old friends working toward a common cause. A good cause that I think we can all support.
Cheers. And
cheers.
then, yeah.
Cheers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jeremiah will clink the gas.
I wonder, should we take another break?
Should probably take.
Um, so it's worth because Mark had a question in the chat from before. It's worth reminding ourselves what we had decided the mystery was for these two summers. And if we want to tweak it, we can. But I'll just my notes tell me that we had decided that your little group had kind of uncovered the identities or the nature of this coven of spoiler alert mud witches who are in the woods, um, and that the kind of adult kind of reason for revisiting that was that there was some kind of evidence of that um, in the library that would kind of out that secret, which is, I guess, why you're all concerned about the library, right? Um, So do you think we want to spend some time on kind of this whole library project as adults? Maybe we can like continue the dinner party talk or fast forward to some actual research or um, uh, legwork or whatever sounds the most fun to you. I'm happy to go with.
I think it would be funny if, now that Jeremiah and Terry have agreed to help, like resource wise, with the library, you know, like we actually pitch in together and, see about, hey, like, Terry remembers something weird about the library, and then, like, we go and, like kind of revisit it, and then maybe we find something secret or whatever, to do some investigation ourselves as adults. I'm kind of maybe slightly rekindle something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking one of the things I thought maybe is as a possible caveat or thing like we could I don't do is Jeremiah being like, "Hey, Terry, want to come outside for a minute?" and kind of being like, "Let me have it. Like, let's hear it. Like, get
Yeah,
it out.
yeah, hmm yeah,
Like on like the back of Kira's porch or something."
yeah, exactly. So, like, those two things. I mean, like, basically, like, the like, let's have it seen, or the like, and or the like, let's go do something together, but then like rekindle something as well. So, whichever.
Maybe we should have a let's have it scene before we have the rekindle scene, or the let's have it scene could partially become a rekindle scene. Yeah,
That's up
it's
to
like
you.
yeah. Yeah, if we're gonna work together,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the key. It's a yeah, if we're gonna work together, and you guys can, obviously hear it, like, because it's loud and we're in Kira's backyard. Like we're like, can I just talk? Yeah, can I? Yeah, I think Jeremy would be like, hey, Terry, and this is after like we've helped with dishes.
hmm
A lot of alcohol has been drank. Pretty much
That's
most
true.
of the
Yeah.
chocolate has been, devoured, and the donut, and but maybe not the weed chocolates yet. And Jeremiah is gonna look at Terry.
Maybe one or two wheat chocolates. Yeah,
Ooh, one or
I
two
think
of
we
the weed
broke it.
chocolate. Okay,
I think
hell
we
yeah.
had like one or two wheat chocolates because I mean
Yeah.
like I think the whiskey like mellowed them out. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think Jeremiah's gonna actually oh God, he does this thing he used to do when they were teenagers without even realizing, because he's kind of drunk, where when he wants to go talk to Terry somewhere, he will like slip his hand into Terry's back pocket and like nudge him forward a smidge. And so without even realizing it, he's little butts there together. Like Terry still, let me know if it's not okay. Terry still wears the same cologne he wore as like a teenager. The
He
same
doesn't
smell.
change very much. I mean like again, it's like
And
yeah.
Jeremiah will just, yeah, slip his hand in the back pocket and push it forward. But it's like, hey, you want to talk outside for a sec?
I mean and then he just kind of like, just like he straightens up and then like, even in his drunken state and weed like weed chocolate state, he's like, "Whoa.
Drunk eye.
Okay. You just realized what you did, right?"
Oh, and he pulls like his hand right out of
I mean,
like so fast, like it's on fire. I'm so sorry. I just muscle memory. That's not that that's an excuse. Uh, yeah, but can we talk outside?
sure. Okay. And he just kind of wipes his hands on the towel and like, from whatever and he'll follow you outside. Sure. And Terry will immediately go to the farthest corner of the outside of where, like, Kira's deck or whatever the heck, you know. And be like, yeah,
I
what do you
just
want to talk about?
I if we're gonna be working like that was awkward as hell, like for so many reasons, like Kira's marriage, other stuff. Remy was the only normal one, which how did that happen? But
He just automatically laughs. I mean, like he's already nervous as it is, and he just like automatically laughs and puts a puts the heel of his hand to his forehead and just like, yeah, that's
um,
what the hell.
but if we're gonna work on this thing together, just let me have it, okay? Just whatever you want to say, whatever you need to do. If you need to hit me, like I don't got a game, maybe ever again. So uh,
I
if you so just get it out of your
That's
system.
okay. He turns away from you, and then he kind of turns back. He stands up. You made me feel terrible. You made me feel terrible for not being there for you when you needed me. When there were some times when I really could have used you there.
Right?
You think I wanted to be working all the time? You think I wanted to be doing all the shit that I was doing while my aunt was sick? Maybe I wanted to be there for you. Maybe I wanted to not have to work. Maybe I wanted to be there for her. Think of that, Jeremiah.
Of course I didn't, because I was a fucking idiot teenager. I and so I yeah, no, you're right. I shouldn't. It probably would have been me working several jobs if I didn't hit a ball good. Mm,
And
That
then,
must,
and then, whatever happened.
yeah, I left and I went to college and I didn't come back. I stopped. I didn't text back. I didn't answer any calls, and I thought
And then
what
she
I
died.
needed.
And you had your PR person send flowers. You
It,
didn't. You didn't contact me. You didn't call. You didn't. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. What the fuck ever.
no, it's not fine. Okay, it was shitty of me, and I've done a lot of shitty things because I was scared that either the media or management or someone might figure something out or know something and what that could mean. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's still a
Why?
thing,
Why?
but not.
Because you didn't want to be. You didn't want to acknowledge. Or no, 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 no. It
You
wasn't
think
even
any
that.
of the teams, the scholarship would have, and the sponsorships, everyone acts like it. If I was gay, if they knew that I had a boyfriend that they would have chosen in the 90s, I couldn't I couldn't be that. I think actually, I don't think he says gay. I think he literally avoids saying the word gay. He's like, I couldn't be with you. I can't be that and do baseball. I had to. And baseball is what I'm best is what I've always been best at. And I'm sorry that I hurt you in that. That's not what I wanted, but clearly I fucking did. And
Yeah, yeah.
I missed
I,
you.
it felt like you could just leave me behind.
I broke up a little. You felt like it
You felt like you could just leave me behind and not look back.
if
And
I
that's what hurt. That's what hurt the most. Was that you just
I knew that if I looked back, I wouldn't have been able to go, which isn't doesn't make it any better for you. And it's still selfish on my part. But Miss oh God. Mr. Montanaro said that if I wanted a new start, I I needed to break certain things clean and that's what I wanted. I wanted to do well and go to college and make all this money and play the sport I love and not have to worry and
I knew that. I knew that. I knew that, Jeremiah.
you're happy, right? Like how miserable would you have been spending the last 20 years with a closeted boyfriend having to hide constantly or try to avoid things? Maybe we'd see each other sometimes if your tour and my team schedule lined up. Like you've probably had plenty of great boyfriends and stuff, right? Like and experiences since we broke up. Like you wouldn't have been able to do that, you know? I bet you probably kissed like hot band people. Um,
No, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
you haven't kissed or dated anyone in 20 years.
Talked. Just maybe, maybe the occasional one night stand if it didn't mean much, but trying to keep safe. But kept busy, because that's what I always do. I keep busy.
Oh, he's gonna do such a stupid thing. There's been wine and drugs. You haven't kissed anyone in 20 years, and I think, yeah, he's stupid. Ugh. He's gonna lean forward and try to kiss you.
Yeah. And he's pretty much open to it. I mean, like he's not even looking at you like, when you do that, and he's just basically going to be like, "Yeah, sure." Absolutely. And he's just going to like return the embrace like wholeheartedly and then just yeah. I mean, if anybody's looking at it that Kira's deck
I
or
think they
whatever at
fuck in
that
the
point.
backyard.
Huh?
What?
What did you say? God damn.
My
Love it.
Monster Hearts feral brain. I don't know.
That's
Like,
funny.
yeah, I was like, did they fuck in the back? Did they fuck in the backyard? You know, how far does it go before? Because Jeremiah hasn't had sex with anyone, and he's kissed some women, but he's capital Gay, and so that was all for like publicity of hand holding and things like that. So like he really either and hears you and you miss him and he misses you and if and only if and alcohol and weed and he's so sorry and you're so perfect. How did no one scoop you up the moment I was gone? Like,
Is there a treehouse in the backyard?
Oh, that would be funny as hell.
There
Oh
is
my god.
now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
yeah,
Amazing.
and we
Amazing.
yeah, it happens in the treehouse.
That happens in the treehouse.
That
For
happens
sure.
in the treehouse.
Yep.
We were gone far
Uh,
longer than we anticipated we would be.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, that blazer's coming off. Like all of the expensive clothing is coming off. Absolutely. Yeah.
Bad life choices.
let's cut back inside to the two responsible adults.
Who are
God knows how that
they?
is Kira. Yeah.
Wait. Remy and I don't know, Eddie, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean just for like I mean just for comic effect, cut to inside. I don't know what we're doing, but it's something like um oh, I think that maybe sorry, I don't need to have the video off. Kira is going through photo albums with Remy, and these are like Polaroids. Did I have a Polaroid camera and Polaroids?
Yeah, you
I-
did, I think.
Okay, I have it
Or at
now, I
least you do
guess.
now.
I think it was left, but it was the thing that was left over from
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So going through the Polaroids, it's not an album. It's Polaroids from um when we were kids, with Remy sitting on the couch next to each other, and going through these. And we're seeing like some photos that we took that were candid photos of Terry and Jeremiah, like kind of hugging, enjoying each other's company and so forth. And I think that she turns to Remy and says, "Isn't it weird that they just can't stand each other now?"
I mean, I think it would be weirder if they, didn't feel strongly about each other.
Yeah, you're right. The feelings are still there. It's just different, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know. It seemed like for a time there, they were not the people they needed to be around. But I have
Man,
no idea I have no idea if they are now. So
she kind of like puts her hands in her lap and she says, Remy, like, how did you get to be so wise?
at that point, Remy's phone is going to go off. He's going to look at it and then mute it and then shove it aside.
Who was it?
Um, it's my mom.
Uh,
She's been calling me lately. This is going to strike Kira as weird because in the entire time you have known me, I have never once mentioned my mother.
why is she here? Is she in town still?
I hope not.
What do you, why didn't you pick it up? Why is she trying to get a hold of you?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's not for a good reason.
What what happened between you and your mom? I mean, never really mentioned your mom, I guess, which is kind of weird when you're kids, but I guess I never really thought about it.
Well, she wasn't really in the picture when we were kids.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that I mean, child of a broken home, right?
Um, I don't know. I'm the opinion that was a home that was better off broken away from.
That makes sense. I mean, but you gotta be curious why she's trying to reach you now after all this time. Has she been always been contacting, trying to reach you, or is this
Now, this has
new?
started a few months ago.
Wow, just out of the blue?
I didn't
Dude,
give her my number.
maybe she had like a private investigator track you down or something. 'Cause maybe you have like an inheritance or something that she's trying to get in touch with you about so that you can get your money. So maybe something important like that. I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do. I mean, I do a little bit, but maybe it's something that is important to you that she's trying to reach you about.
Okay, I think so. I'm going to sidebar on this. I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Um, Kira's a reporter. Kira has almost certainly memorized the number.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Oh,
Um,
that's perfect.
but yeah, no, there's no way that Remy is going to open that door. At least
Okay.
certainly not in this conversation. So
I mean, what does Kira know about Remy that tells her that he does not wanna, he's never gonna answer that phone. He's never gonna kind of seek her out.
But he's always been a very determined person. Um, and that's my take. I'm assuming Mendel would agree.
mhm.
He's been a determined person. He sets his course and then he drives toward that point that he's going to. So if he's saying now he's not going to answer that phone, um, she believes him, and I think that there's no reason for him to. He's got, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's anything missing from his life that his mother's not there now, so that's not an issue for him either. Does that answer the question?
Yeah. I mean, I guess let's flip it around for Remy. Like, what inkling do you have that Kira might dig? You know?
Um, uh, I get it's one of those things where I know Kira and I've been around her recently enough to know that she is looking for she's looking for a win. Like she's looking for something that she can dig into that's going to change something. You know, like I mean, maybe with Terry and Jeremiah's help, this library thing is not a lost cause, but it was feeling like a lost cause where we're like fighting a retreat the whole time. And I know that that's how Kira seems to feel about her marriage. That
Yeah.
it's a slog. It's just about making things not fall apart until the kids are old enough that it's fait accompli. Like, you know, um, and it's I mean, at least that's the sense that that I get. And so like to me, it's like I I, re there may even be a part of me that just wants to that is like wants to offer this to Kira, like almost as a like I could have just completely deflected. I don't like lying to Kira, but I could do it if I have to, right? Like the fact that I did completely deflect means I know on some level this may turn into something she wants to dig into. Um, but I'm also not quite at the point where I'm ready to warn her about all the reasons why that might be a terrible idea.
That's awesome.
Um, so and I'm being intentionally vague because my thought is that Remy's mom might link back to something in Silent Falls that I'm not otherwise aware of. Um, one constraint is whoever his mom is, she is not around in the teenage frame. Like she's out. She's out of the picture. It's just Remy and his dad. And I haven't decided what is going on with his dad at this point, if that makes sense. But like his dad is not around in town. So it's like it's very much that was the dynamic I was going for with that, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
mhm.
Yeah.
So yep.
So yeah, let's leave that mystery there. I'll ruminate. We'll see who we can dig up. Um, yeah, we'll dig up someone. Or something. Yeah. And I guess do we close with the two of you wondering where are the guys?
Mhm.
I wonder if I was wondering if they would walk back in and they are I wonder if something happens when they walk back in. If there's something about like their body language, their proximity and so forth that has changed in some way. Or should we not explore that? Should we just leave it as us wondering what's up?
Good question. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Maybe we'll have people think of the best way, the gap they choose to walk back into the room when
Yeah.
they were both, out in the garden legitimately feels like a thing, maybe. I don't know. We shouldn't go back in together because then they'll know, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Even though
mean,
we left together to go have a talk.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's
exactly,
So that
exactly.
is the drunk high logic.
yeah.
They're
Drunk
they're
unlock.
accidentally wearing each
Like
other's shirts without
Oh
realizing
my
it.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I think we're wearing each other's pants. I think shirt is something you notice. I think pants you might not.
You're right.
Maybe
Oh
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
not. Maybe not. I don't think
That's the
so.
Easter egg for the
oh my
audience
God.
there.
Okay.
Oh my
Terry's
god,
like, why
that's
is this
so.
so loose in the butt? And Jeremiah's like, why is this tight in the front of the crotch?
God, I'm gaining weight, he says to himself.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's stop the recording and do
All right.
God, we're
what is going to
recording.
be an amazing debrief.
Sorry, people.
I forgot we were
Yes.
recording.
I
Oh
Okay.
boy.